The life of a musician is often busy. You're travelling in and out of town, just setting up gigs. This can often mean that you neglect your own voice, health and well-being for that matter. So what healthy habits should you be adopting to keep yourself in optimal peak performance and help you feel a bit better in general? I'm Alan Spicer and this is another tutorial from Open Mic UK on artist development. And I'm going to give you 11 tips to help you look after your well-being and your voice in the process. 1. Protect your vocal cords when you're sick. Whether you're tired or unwell, it's very important for you to look after your vocals. You need to make sure that you're warming up properly because you may be run down already, so you don't want to strain yourself. If you warm up correctly before performing, then it reduces the risk of additional problems going forward. And you may be asking, what if I'm unwell but still considering performing? When feeling unwell, always keep your fluids up. Drink plenty of water. Try to avoid the obvious things like alcohol and caffeine. If you don't understand why, I'll put info cards somewhere up here that will explain the benefits and the negatives of alcohol and caffeine. Taking cough medicine to stop excessive coughing can help, and it will stop any additional damage because, you know, if you've got honey and stuff like that, then it kind of coats. But it's not good to take this long term. As soon as you're feeling better, just stop, pop it back into the medicine cupboard. You don't want to be reliant on it. Boost your vitamin C levels to help stave off inflammation. Maybe even sit over a bowl of steam to just kind of ease and calm things. 2. A tip for your vocals here. The warm-up. Just like going for a sprint without stretching, you don't want to pull anything. So to warm up your vocal cords, make sure that you've got good posture, release tensions from your jaw, make sure that you breathe deeply. Do some scales, some tongue trills, just to relax your tongue a bit. And similarly, you should cool down after singing as well. So it gives you a chance to kind of relax everything. We have done a breathing exercise video on here with Chantel, so once again it'll be in the info cards and in the description down below. But doing these warm-ups will keep your vocals safe. The last thing you want to do is distort or strain things. 3. Now if you're singing rock music, it may be a little bit more coarse, a little bit more rough than say a smoother genre, and your lifestyle can affect your vocal health. You should avoid screaming, for example, because it squeezes your vocal cords together, creating trauma. Same happens when you whisper, by the way, it strains. So if you're singing rock, you may need to incorporate some kind of raspy edge to your singing. Maybe work with a vocal coach to kind of finesse that style, because getting it wrong can cause some serious damage. So if you are using a screaming technique right now, or a gravel scratch sound, and you haven't perfected it with your voice just yet, then maybe stop and seek some guidance here. Now this isn't saying stop entirely, it's just until you understand the effects, maybe the technique that you may need to defend and be safer with your own voice. Protecting your vocal health for the future. That's why some people like Matt Tuck from Bullet for My Valentine, for example, had to go through surgery because he hadn't been classically trained previously. He'd screamed a lot, he then had to have vocal surgery, and now there's another member of his band that does the screams when they're aiming to fire. 4. What's the best drink for you as a performer? Water, water, and more water. It's free, it takes seconds, you can just grab a glass, and it's good for you. In fact, it's good for all of us to drink more water. It's the simplest of all tips, but it's got the biggest of impacts. Drinking 2 litres of water a day really does help keep you in tip-top shape. And within 2 hours of your next live performance, drink plenty of water as well to keep your vocal cords lubricated. Keep fluids at room temperature. If it's too cold, it can restrict it. If it's too hot, you can't drink it fast enough. Avoiding things like dairy that can make it claggy, and acid fizzy drinks that can cause serious damage. Do not do coffee or alcohol before the performance directly or on the day in general, because they will dehydrate, which causes the direct opposite effect than what you're trying to achieve here. 5. Smoking. Yeah, no, just don't do that. That's really bad for not only your health, but your singing voice. That includes pipes and cigars and vaping. It will save you money in no time. It'll be simple to implement quite quickly. Granted, there'll be a bit of willpower involved to get started. But overall, if you think this is the thing you are performing with and you're dragging crap over it that then stresses it out or aggravates it or inflames it, just think of the money that you could save to buy that next guitar or the next microphone or book that recording session. It will help you in the long run, I promise. 6. Prepare yourself mentally. Try to avoid stress and anxiety. I know this isn't always easy, but it does have a direct impact on your voice. Too stressed and you can even sound shrill. Just try and sit, take a deep breath in and out. Slowly, counting to the count of 5. As far as you can, in and out. Calm, de-stress, relax. This is a good way of resetting your nervous system, stopping that panic a little bit, or at least curbing it enough for your brain to take control of the environment that you're in. Make sure that you're taking plenty of sleep as well. If you're pulling some late night gigs and you're burning at both ends, you're going to be exhausted, and this just doesn't help you, your mental health, or your just physical health in general. 7, make sure that you're eating well as well. You're fueling yourself for this performance, this lifestyle. We have done a video on the singer's diet. There'll be a card up here, but to summarize, it's things like eat a lot of fish, veg, chicken, mineral-rich foods. Honey is good for coating your vocal cords and generally looking after your well-being. If you are vegan or vegetarian, make sure that you're getting plenty of protein. Beans and seeds are an excellent source for this. 8, try and focus on making your voice clear. A healthy, pleasant-sounding voice is what everyone's looking for. If your tone lacks clarity, maybe you're singing through your nose. Open out and try and sing through the throat and breathe. 9, vocal naps for vocal health. Now, we've all had a sleep nap, right? Constantly, most days. But did you know about vocal naps? A vocal nap is when you take time to stop talking or singing entirely for a period of time. If you're doing a lot of singing, maybe you're going to take this nap during the day. Sleep naps, of course, double as vocal naps because you can't really talk if you're sleeping unless you do some serious sleep talking. I'm guilty of that. But a sleep regenerates your body, makes sure that you're looking after you, and you're not talking, so it regenerates your vocal cords and, looking after your vocals. I mean, Catherine Jenkins, for example, doesn't mutter a single word between her performances. Of course, when she's on tour, because otherwise that'd be a very quiet house that she lives in. 10, kick that throat clearing habit. Many people clear out their throat when they're nervous, often repeatedly. The problem is that the more you do it, the more you feel you need to do it. Unless you've got a tickly cough, there's nothing that you need to move. It's just your brain tricking you, so stop giving it that signal in the first place. Instead, sip water and swallow, and once you get into that habit, the need to clear your throat will disappear. Another cause of strain is normally you trying to fill a space that is too big, too cavernous for your voice. This is easily solved. Get a decent microphone and a good amp. This will give you a chance to add light and dark to your performance. It gives you the chance to perform a dynamic range, and you don't have to propel it out there. You have a little bit of help to back you up. If your amp is too powerful, you can turn it down. If it's not loud enough, you can turn it up. That way you don't have to damage your own voice to perform to an audience and then cause irreparable issues somewhere down the line. Now, if you want more tips on how to fuel your body and best fuels to eat, there's a video here. And if you need other tips to develop your singing career, there's a playlist here. Remember to subscribe to regular artist tutorials, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Goodbye.